Legends collide as Godzilla and Kong, the two most powerful forces of nature, clash in a spectacular battle for the ages. The monster war rages on the surface, and deep within our world as the spectacular secret realm of the Titans is known as the Hollow Earth is revealed. This is the robotic apex predator of the king of the monsters. Here we have Mechagodzilla. So sorry for that intro. I sound like basically every reviewer. But with GVK coming up on the soon, I thought there would be no better way to celebrate than with the main villain himself. As we all know, most Versus movies tend to have a third-party villain, such as BVS with Doomsday or AVP with the Alien Queen, although she technically was on the alien side so much as the Predators. But still, something that if it's a very popular franchise and it's hard to kill off one character with another, then usually you bring in the villain. And for this year, we have Mechagodzilla. So, time for a review. So, as always, for reviews like this, we're going to go over the box right now. Now, I wouldn't be doing this considering it's the same as the last box, but this time there are a few changes. So, I'm going to bring them out both here. Sorry that this one is kind of wrecked. But ignoring that this is Mechagodzilla's box, the difference here is that we have blockbuster movie Godzilla vs. Kong, so I'm assuming that's up for hype. Buildings are the same as always. None of that's changed. Nothing about that has changed. Nothing's really changed. You got your figures here. On this one you have heat ray, this one you don't, so that's probably because of more figures. But yeah, it's still the same, except Mechagodzilla Assembly. Nice. You're telling us how to assemble this. No dry brush or hot water needed. But yeah, that's the box. It's the same. But here, we'll get into this for a bit. We have the Heave, the Hollow Earth Anti-Gravity Vehicle. Where's the G in that, actually? But yeah, if you wanted to see it, there it is. If you want to take a screenshot of this, here's Mechagodzilla. More silver than he actually is, but still pretty cool. The description reads the same as always. If you want to pause that, it says, it reads for his description, a robotic apex predator with unstoppable powers of laser destruction. Mechagodzilla was created in secret to destroy Godzilla and end the reign of the monster. So that's already saying a lot about what's going to be his role, obviously. But if you saw a while back, they revealed Mechagodzilla was going to team with someone. And I was right, they're going to team with Kong. Obviously, if he's after Godzilla, he wants nothing to do with Kong unless Kong steps in. So yeah, here you have it. I'm pretty sure he's being billed by Apex. But yeah, there's your information. And as you can see, my box fell down. That Mechagodzilla is against Godzilla. Maybe not as much Kong, but I'm certain he is after Kong. So before we get into our Mechagodzilla, here we have some accessories. I'm not going to include the battle damage as an accessory, more as like a toy gimmick. So let's go over the Hollow Earth. Now I'm going to be going over this much more since I didn't get the Skullcrawler one. So here's the Hollow Earth Anti-Gravity Vehicle. I have the green one now, not the silver one from the Skullcrawler. So yeah, that's a lot of detail. And this isn't really little. It's kind of hollow and squishy on the inside. If I compare it to last year's Godzilla military or Monarch weapons, it is a whole lot bigger, as you can see. And it's no longer black like the 2014 or 2019 one. It's got its silver window, and yeah, there's your Hollow Earth vehicle. Now call me crazy, but it's no coincidence that Mechagodzilla has the same accessory as the Skullcrawler. So do you think, I'm thinking they will interact in some way. Maybe they won't fight, but they'll definitely interact. So now let's get into, Mechagodzilla himself. So I'm not gonna use rulers for specific figures like this because we already know how big it is. It's 6 inches, we all know. So to scale, here's your NECA. I'm not gonna compare it with anything else, I guess. Here's a NECA Kong who stands bigger than him. And then we have the almighty King Ghidorah from last year. He is smaller, unfortunately. Mine's is a little loose, so that's why I'm not going to put him down. He's missing his head because you know who it's going to be inside of? This guy, so yeah. He's going to be built using Ghidorah. As for the body, I don't know, but, you know, we all know something's happening. Playmates Godzilla, he scales with perfectly, or if I could get him on camera, I guess. As you can see, his head is bigger than Godzilla's, which is kind of weird, and his legs are a lot higher up, so there's something to note of. So, yeah, that's your scaling. Playmates Kong. There you go. He's even smaller, but it's fine. And a Mechagodzilla from Playmates, same company. Actually kind of scale perfect, so there's that. And if we take a look at the designs, they are definitely different. The Monster vs. Mechagodzilla definitely takes a bit of inspiration, but not by a long shot, because you can see he is definitely different. And I like how he looks like he was built by humans instead of aliens or, you know, the usual. And that's the only other Mechagodzilla 6-inch I have. I don't have any others to compare it with, but it's best to always compare something to the original. Before we get into everything, as you can see up here, he has a hole, and if you are wondering, he can fit the atomic breath of Godzilla in there. Yeah. There you go. There it is. You may want to clamp his jaw down on it, though, because otherwise it'll fall off very loose, but it does fit. I even made a custom myself before I got him. There it is. I'm pretty sure he's going to be shooting a red beam, and there is going to be a red beam Mechagodzilla, so I probably should have just waited, but who knows, it'll probably be a rare. So let's get into articulation. The head has like a line here. As you can see, it looks like it's supposed to move, but trust me, it doesn't. The jaw can open nice, just like the Godzilla. You can see inside there. It opens up freakishly big, as you can see again. It's up to his literal chest, so yeah, have fun doing stop motions with an atomic breath. The arm, it's on a ball joint, so it can spread out, spread in. No elbow joints, although it looks like it isn't. It looks more like it's like glued in, so don't move it. The claws don't, but I heard the giant Mechagodzilla's claws can move. Unfortunately, his can. You won't have trouble with these pads here, because they don't block it. It's actually very soft, so you can move it around there if you really wanted to. The leg, it can go up and down. Can also spread out as even. You can see it looks like he's dancing. The knee does move, as you can see. It moves really nicely, and the foot and ankle do move, so that it feels pretty good. It feels really good. Not like Godzilla, whose feels very hard, or at least it's on mine. Like listen. No, I'm afraid of doing that. I'm not gonna do it, but if you want to, you can. The tail makes noises, but it does move. And before we end articulation, the tail is made of like this rubber. So if you want to, I guess you could pose it, but it's just rubber, so it's not going to stay in place like a bendy wire. So don't expect articulation. But yeah, there's that. And his legs are very long, so he can get down really far. And even without his tail, he can stand up. So going into the detail, you can see here up at the head, he's so detailed. If I have a con about it, is that spaces like here, you can see between, I'm guessing a metallic rib cage. You can see there, and then if you look here, it's very empty. There's no detail, but then again, this is a $10 kid toys, so congrats to you, Playmates. This is really good. This was one of the ones I was hoping for. I didn't find it at the store. I found it online. It was like $31 to $35, so you know what, not a bad price, and it came early. It was originally supposed to come on Wednesday, but it came a few days early, and I'm really glad about that. You can see he's got these shoulder pads, he's got leg pads, he's got these things. Maybe they serve as jet packs. but maybe I'm wrong. But I'm gonna say they're jetpacks, at least for the time being now. He's got a bunch of mechanics, pistons everywhere. You can see the pistons are really most noticeable on here, and if you really wanted to, you can make him look like a warrior. I mean, he looks like a warrior. You can't tell me he doesn't. He's got like shoulder armor pads. He's got a puffed up chest. Well, at least not from the side. You can really tell he's gonna be skinny. But I don't think he needs to be really big or buff to take on Godzilla and Kong. All he needs is his powers and, according to the box, his laser destruction. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna have some pretty incredible strengths and feats. But we just have to wait until the movie comes out. Or if someone wants to spoil, I'm joking. No one spoil. You spoil, I'm hiding you from the channel. At least until GBK comes out. Or maybe forever, who knows. He's got a bunch of pipe works up here on his chest. See, there's a lot of mechanical gears working here. He's got a lot of schemes and lines and machine. He's a build of machinery. And I love the details on the arm, and then I love the metallic rib cage here. You see how that almost looks like a rib cage? And the head is one of the most detailed I've seen. See, they paid attention in the teeth, kind of. Maybe teeth, I'm not sure. But they did sculpt, not a tongue, but some inside machinery, if you want to see that as well. The spine's not a lot, but there are lines going through them, like here. They didn't have to do that, but they did, and it looks amazing. The legs down here look pretty good. I like the robo circuits and he looks, and he also feels very heavy and chunky, which just adds so much to this figure, and it honestly makes it better. You can see the feet have a lot of detail. They obviously move better. And his toes are spread out, which is something I like. If they had been together, it kind of would have looked weirder, but it gives him a spread out stance. Like he's ready to attack. He's ready to take on anyone he finds. So I really like those details. You can see some pipes, I'm guessing, here. I don't know, but who knows? Let's see what the humans are building. So we'll see about that. And then we have the same detail for each point on the tail. So that's pretty cool. And you can see they even sculpted lines on the spines and the bottom ones here, which is really cool. And then you got this pointed tip. I don't know if it'll do anything, but probably not. Let's hope it does, but most likely not. As for the heave, I guess he can hold it. I'm guessing he can hold it. You know what? He can hold it. He's a strong man. He can hold it. So, yeah, he can hold it. So, if you really wanted to, he could also do that. Here's a bit of more look at the detail before we leave. So, there you go. Best quality I can get. And also, before we leave, the spines are made of... The middle row is very hard. Very hard to move. But these ones on the side are really easy to move. I'm guessing it was done on purpose, but who knows? Maybe not. And then obviously all these robo circuits on him are quite fantastic, and I've been just speaking about how good it is. I've been saying how good they were from the start, because they're really good figures, especially for $10. So just don't buy them online for $50. No. And he is also very cool to pose. I don't know if I can stress enough about that. He's just amazing to use. I don't know. He's just so good for articulation. I feel like they did Kong and Mechagodzilla, Warbat, Skullcrawler. They did them all with really good articulation, but then they left my boy Godzilla out here with nothing. Well, you know what? At least they're very cool figures. So, my final thoughts on this figure. It's amazing. I definitely do recommend it if you see it. And I would advise getting at least 2 so that you can at least have another heave. But you know what? That's all up to you guys and what you would decide to buy. He's gonna be common. The only rare is his dark beam version, if it comes out anytime soon. But yes, I do advise this figure. Great points of articulation, great sculpt, definitely. The paint is amazing, even if it's a few different shades of the same gray. But the red is still amazing. And the heave, just mighty old fine. So I can't wait to see him in this movie, and I can't wait to see the movie. Please no one spoil anything. And for all of you posting spoilers and bringing your phones to the theaters just to get views and upload it on YouTube. Please don't. Let everyone have a chance to watch it. Some people in my comments have gotten spoiled, and that isn't really fun. That's kind of stinky, so please don't do that, at least until the movie comes out. Then you can do it, but please don't do it for now. Anyways, this was my review. Thank you all for watching, and GBK hype. I don't know why.